Picture this, a wedding so perfect it could break Pinterest. The bride, Jessica, is glowing. The groom, Chad, looks like he just won the lottery. Flowers bloom on cue. The string quartet plays a pop song, and everyone looks 10 years younger. It's the kind of day that makes you believe in magic, or at least in good lighting. But then, you notice something off. The wedding planner, Serafina Stone, stands at the back, flawless and composed, but her eyes are scanning the crowd like a hawk. She's not celebrating, she's monitoring. Her smile is tight, her demeanor controlled. She's orchestrating, not just overseeing. Suddenly, the maid of honor, Chloe, looks pale and rushes out, dress trailing behind her. Serafina gives a tiny, satisfied nod. Not sympathy, but completion. That's when the perfect picture feels crooked, like a frame just slightly askew. You sense this day is a carefully constructed illusion, and Serafina is the one pulling the strings. Maybe she's just a perfectionist, you think. But there's a difference between wanting things perfect for the couple and wanting them perfect for yourself. The story of this wedding isn't just about Jessica and Chad. There's another main character here, one who's writing the script, directing the actors, and deciding who gets to stay in the story. And that's when you realize the real drama is happening behind the scenes. Before the drama, you need to know who Serafina Stone is. In the world of high-end weddings, she's a legend, the wedding whisperer. Her reputation is so spotless, you could eat off it. She's transformed drab halls into palaces, been featured in glossy magazines, and is the planner everyone wants. Clients rave Serafina handled everything. All I had to do was show up and look pretty. She's the calm in the chaos, the magician with color-coded binders and a backup plan for everything. Her brand is unshakable professionalism. She remembers every name, every allergy, every family feud. She's part therapist, part drill sergeant, part magician. But here's the trick. The best villains look like heroes. No one suspects the person fixing all their problems. Serafina's perfect reputation is her greatest weapon. If something goes wrong, it's an accident. If someone feels uncomfortable, they're overreacting. Because Serafina Stone doesn't make mistakes. She only creates perfection. And people are so dazzled by her fantasy, they never see the dark machinery working beneath the surface. She's not just planning weddings. She's controlling the narrative. And that's what makes her so dangerous. The real story is never the one you see in the photos. Let's talk about Serafina's secret weapon, the seating chart. For most, it's a headache. For her, it's a chessboard. She arranges tables to control power dynamics, isolating anyone she deems a threat. Take potential threat Tiffany, the groom's pretty college friend. Instead of sitting with friends, Tiffany's banished to table 19, next to the kitchen and a crypto-obsessed cousin. She's too far to chat with the groom, too isolated to be part of the fun. It's not a one-off. Any woman Serafina flags as a rival gets the same treatment. The ex-girlfriend, stuck by the tense edge. The flirty colleague, surrounded by screaming babies. It's subtle, brutal exclusion. These women are present, but invisible. And if anyone asks, Serafina has a breezy excuse. Oh, we had to balance the tables. She hides her manipulations behind thoughtful planning. But really, she's building a fortress around the groom. The seating chart isn't just about dinner. It's about erasing people from his life. And the best part? It's all deniable. Serafina's genius is making control look like kindness. And no one ever suspects a thing. If the seating chart is subtle, Serafina's contract is a velvet sledgehammer. Couples think they're signing up for stress-free planning. But they're handing over total control. Her contract gives her final say on everything. Vendors, flowers, even fonts. Want your friend as photographer? Sorry, not up to standard. The creative control clause lets her override any choice for cohesion. Brides who want pink roses get white lilies because Serafina says so. Push back, and she points to the contract. The wedding stops being about the couple and becomes her perfectly planned play. One weird mishap is a funny story. A pattern is evidence. With Serafina, a timeline of accidents emerges, always targeting women from the groom's past. At couple A's wedding, the groom's ex, now a bridesmaid, gets sudden food poisoning. Only her. Serafina personally calls her a car. She's gone before the first dance. At couple B's, the groom's work wife's dress strap snaps before her speech. She's stuck in the bathroom, speech missed. At couple C's, the groom's childhood friend gets a migraine from the flowers. No one else is affected. Serafina has a quiet room ready. The friend misses the reception. Each incident is small, plausible, and always removes a threat. One by one, these women are erased from the story. Coincidence? Maybe. But line them up and the pattern is chilling. Serafina's real talent isn't planning weddings, it's rewriting history. The perfect day is built on carefully orchestrated disappearances. And no one ever connects the dots. The illusion remains flawless, but the cost is real. Here's the truth about Serafina. It's not about love. She's not obsessed with the groom. She's obsessed with control. The wedding isn't a celebration. It's her final chapter, her production. Every time she isolates a woman, she's not chasing romance. She's curating the bride's spotlight. She's the museum curator, the bride her prized exhibit. By eliminating other women, she ensures the bride and herself are the only ones who matter. This is a hostile takeover of a couple's story. Serafina decides who gets a speaking part and who's written out. The women she targets aren't just romantic rivals, they're narrative threats. They represent parts of the groom's life she can't control. So she ties up loose ends, erasing chapters that don't fit her script. The couple thinks it's their day, but really it's the Serafina Stone show. She wants to possess the event, the memory, the narrative. And she'll stop at nothing to keep her production flawless. No ad-libbing allowed. The scariest thing about Serafina? She hides in plain sight. Her control is wrapped in professionalism and care. She's not a cartoon villain. She's admired, trusted, and always helpful. She uses the language of support to mask her agenda. If you question her, she has a dozen plausible reasons. She's an expert at gaslighting, making you doubt your own instincts. Her reputation is her shield. The real danger is how she preys on vulnerability. Couples desperate for help, women taught to be agreeable. She exploits trust, quietly rewriting relationships and isolating people. The damage is subtle, the kind you notice only after the party's over. And by then, the story has already been rewritten. So, what do you do when you sense a Serafina in your life? Trust your gut. That uneasy feeling is your best defense in a world of perfect facades. Women especially are taught to ignore intuition, but your gut picks up on what logic can't. It notices the smile that doesn't reach the eyes, the help that feels like control. If you feel uncomfortable, there's a reason. When someone's actions don't match their words, that's a red flag. Trusting your instincts is a superpower. You don't need to make a scene. Just start small. Say, I'm not comfortable with that seating chart. Let's work on it together. Reclaim your voice, your story. Your gut will never lie to you. In a world full of Serafinas, it might just save you from becoming a supporting character in your own life. In the end, this isn't just about weddings, it's about seeing past the perfect illusion. The most dangerous people are often the most perfect. They build power on our trust and gratitude, creating fantasies we want to believe. The real toast should be to awareness, to noticing who's being silenced, who's being pushed aside, and asking why. True support empowers, not controls. For women, this means being allies, checking in on friends, questioning the narrative, and having the courage to straighten the crooked picture. So let's raise a glass to trusting our instincts, protecting our friends, and writing our own stories. Your life isn't someone else's production. It's yours. Imperfect, unpredictable, and beautiful. And anyone who tries to direct it for you, they don't deserve a seat at your table.